Good morning, everybody. It is July 3rd, and so I just wanted to come live this morning on just my normal routine. Just kind of woke up with Caleb, and we're kind of hanging out in the morning. And I wanted to go over something. I think a lot of people know that Ruth and I have been using the Young Living essential oils, but what I wanted to get into this morning was my normal daily routine of the supplements. I think that's my biggest thing that I've found with Young Living that's really helped me in the morning. The supplements and the health component of it. Now, mind you, this is my routine and this is what works for me. So I'm going to give you some education on what I do and what I take, but it's again, just take what you want from it, but it's really helped me. It's gotten me on the road to wellness and the healthiness, and Caleb's really excited to take his right now. I'll kind of show you that. He just took his. Can you say hi? So Caleb here, we'll go right into it, takes his Mighty Vite. So his Mighty Vite, it's a daily nutritional supplement, and he loves them. He takes them all the time. I think you can see that right here. He asks for them every morning. What I love about it is it's chewable. He enjoys it. It's got a nice orange cream flavor, but it has the wolfberry extract, which is the super powerful antioxidant, and so for him it's really good, and you could take a bunch of them, like basically chilling 4 to 12, but it's been helping him with digestion, a bunch of different things, so it makes him feel a lot better. So that's good. So that's his little vitamin. And then what I'll also do with him is we'll take Super C, this guy right here. So Super C is a vitamin C tablet. It's really cool because it has the orange essential oil mixed in with it, and right there in the middle there you can see that. So the point of why I take these supplements here, to just kind of do a quick tangent, is when going through PT school and everything, there was a lot of, I guess, controversy of vitamins, taking supplements, and we only take one, remember? Yeah, and because of how they absorb, or how they basically, how do they get into your system, and you have to take a lot of foods and combining with those to basically get the absorption properties. What I love about Young Living's principle is that they have the actual essential oils infused in them. Hold on one second. They have the essential oils infused with them, and so by having the essential oils infused, it's called bioavailability. Hold on one sec. He wants another one. We'll go with the other one, buddy. There you go. You get two. So they have what's called bioavailability. Bioavailability in pharmacological terms basically is the fraction rate at which a supplement and or drug is infused into the bloodstream. And so if we take a bunch of products, supplements, whatever it may be, but we don't have increased bioavailability, then it just kind of gets wasted away and could be excreted out through our urine or whatever it may be. And so all Young Living's, or most of all Young Living's supplements have that essential oil or the wolfberry, ningxia infusion with it, and so it actually will help with that bioavailability, so it actually gets into the bloodstream and then absorbs into the areas that you need. For example, the Super C going through the immune system is for one, that chewable tablet. So the next thing that I take is, Caleb's handing me here a multigreen. So I take the multigreen here. It's an herbal supplement. What I like about the multigreen is that I don't eat enough salads ever, and so having a multigreen tablet will allow me to get my greens, which are super important. They talk about dark leafy greens, right? So it's super important to have those dark leafy greens into your system. And if you look here, it's got bee pollen, barley, spirulina, alfalfa, multigreens, lemon, rosemary oils, lemongrass oils. And so you can see those oils used there with the multigreens, so that helps me just basically getting enough of the salad component, the green component. I think the next one Mr. Caleb has here is, can you show? The Super Cal. So this one's really important for me, is it's a calcium supplement, and the reason I take the is because I'm basically trying to keep my bones strong. And so by keeping my bones strong, it's really good. And so with this, calcium is a big one, because a lot of times when we just ingest regular calcium, like over-the-counter calcium type supplements, it doesn't actually get into our bloodstream because we have either too much excess caffeine, We have too much alcohol intake, we have too much sodium intake, phosphorus intake, and so these things that we have just in general diet, it prevents the calcium from actually going from our bloodstream into our bones where they need to be stored for healthy bone tissue. And so the oils that help with that and that bioavailability of the supercal actually will get into the bony system and actually be stored there versus actually just going through and getting excreted out. So another one that I take here is my sulfazyme. The reason I like sulfazyme is, first off, I'm actually allergic to sulfa, and sulfa is commonly seen in a ton of different drugs, and so I really get nervous about the sulfazyme. Jessica, great comment about that bioavailability, by the way. That's awesome. I think that's huge, a huge component for people to understand that you're going to spend a lot of money on supplements anyway, and why not get one that does the best for it, right? And that's most absorption. But anyway, so I'm actually allergic to sulfa, which is contained in a lot of drugs. The cool thing about sulfazyme, I use it as kind of a detox, a cleanse almost. You can also use it for soreness, getting rid of like bone or muscle soreness. But it's actually a derivative from sulfur, not sulfa. And so I actually have no allergic reaction to it because of that. And it also is infused with the antioxidant component of the wolfberries. So it's really, really good to get into my system as like a cleanse to the liver and the body and all that good stuff. The last one, supplement-wise, that I take is Kayla playing with the. Can you say hi, buddy? The last one I take here is Omega Gize. So you see that? There you go. Omega Gize. This is your omega-3 fish oil complex. Again, everybody talks about fish oil. It's kind of the new big crave kind of thing about fish oils being huge, and they are. They're super important. Omega Gize here actually works with all 7 of the body's body systems. So we're talking from integumentary, skin, heart, brain, liver, all the 7 major systems, nervous system, is this fish oil basically helps. Now, why does this fish oil different than others? Again, we talk about that bioavailability. It's the same thing. This one here has got the Q10, the vitamin D3, which is so important because of the vitamin D3 helps the it's basically like a carrier with the fish oil to help with the absorption component. And you're also looking at the fatty acids that are super important. The fatty acids we need fatty acids in our body to help repair damaged tissue, whether it be from working out or an injury. So I'm a huge believer in the Omega Gize, and we just got that one, which I'm stoked about because it's something I've been wanting to get for a long time. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead. So I've been a big fan of the fish oils, and again, like I said, you look at that bioavailability. I can't say it enough how it just creates that absorption component. And I'm looking here to kind of show you all the good stuff that's in it. There it is there. So it's got 4 liquid tablets, again the ocean tablets, and there you go right at the bottom, right? You got the clove, German chamomile, and spearmint. That's your big difference right there at the bottom. Because I've taken CoQ10 before, which is amazing for heart health. But again, I don't know if it went in. I don't know if it actually got to my heart. I don't know if it actually worked or how much did it, right? And so with those 3 oils there, now I know that about 75 to 90% of it is going into my system. So it makes the money worth it, right? And then the final thing that I'd like to go show you guys is so I was diagnosed with what's called eosinophilic esophagitis. It's a big word, basically a derivative of acid reflux. And so when I had acid reflux, I had difficulty with swallowing, difficulty with certain foods, and it was really annoying that I would have to get up every time I go eat and have to go use the restroom to basically throw out my food because it got stuck. And I've been dealing with it for about 4 years. Finally, with Ruth stopped basically getting on me so much, I finally decided to get over it. And the best way to do it was to find a supplement that was an alternative to your typical acid reflux drugs. I'm not going to go into them, but basically everybody knows the 2 major players in heartburn drugs. And so the reason I did that is because those 2 drugs, as I did some research on it, within 5 and 10 years, they're already starting to create acute renal failure, which is not good when your kidneys start to fail, and I'm 35. And also creates, after 10 years of use, early onset dementia and Alzheimer's. People wonder why we have so much of that around in our society now. Well, I mean, look at the drugs that might be part of it. And so I don't care if the ratio of how little you can have, with those, I mean, it's just not not good knowing that this drug that's helping my acid reflux, which isn't that bad, it's maintainable, will give me renal failure and Alzheimer's. So I'm not a huge fan. So a long tangent, but the biggest thing that I found was looking at, okay, what products does Young Living have? What plant-based type of things, natural products, will have a component of anti-inflammatory as well as a healing property and a property that will neutralize the acid that's developing in my stomach and esophagus. And so this is what I did. Hold on a sec, bud. So I actually started using the Ningxia Red. So the Ningxia Red is a huge wolfberry component. The wolfberry is a berry found in China that's got significant amount of antioxidants, and you can go on a whole Facebook Live on just how good and amazing this stuff is. But I said, okay, what can I use this for? Because it's an antioxidant. Well, I know that there's a couple different oils that help specifically for that. And so, see if I can pull them out here for you. So, cinnamon is a big one. Cinnamon is huge for anti-inflammatory. And we're talking pure cinnamon root, not like cinnamon from sugar, right? So this is pure cinnamon from the plant. It's really, really important. And then the other one here is going to be ginger. So, and ginger, again, we've heard ginger all the time about how ginger and cinnamon really help with our just overall wellness and health. So basically, I'll kind of show you a little bit of what I do with this. Caleb's kind of messing with them off. So I usually just take a little shot glass here. The recommended dose is about 1.5 ounces, which is about a shot glass. So I'll just pour it in there. Caleb likes this stuff as well. It's a great detox. And then I'll end up putting the 2 drops of the cinnamon and 2 drops of the ginger right into my Ningxia Red. I'll also sometimes put a little bit of lemon if I'm feeling that I need a little bit of a cleanse or a detox, because lemon's basically a cleaner outer of your system, if you will. It's really, really good. I mean, we use lemon sometimes to clean our stove, and if you can do that, that's pretty darn good for your system to clean everything out. So I'll do 1 drop of lemon there. Sometimes I'll also add, if I'm feeling a little sick or if it's cold, I'll end up putting a little bit of thieves. It makes it a little intense, but it's really good. Where's the ginger, buddy? There's the ginger. So I'll put the ginger in there, and again, so now to bring it full around is, I mean, I've been doing this kind of regimen here for roughly about, let's say 3 months, maybe almost 4 months, and I've had no issues with my condition that I talked about earlier. So it's great. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions on the supplements that I have, again, there's tons more that support both kids and female health, but this is kind of just my supplement train. But if you have any questions, comment below, and look forward to talking to you. Happy 4th, everybody. Cheers. Have a great day.